Welcome back to Sunrise. Keeping our focus on that change mantra. We're joined this morning by Mr. Chima Nnaji, who is a legal practitioner and also good governance advocate. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Well, this mantra, this message that has been launched by the president, for those who say that, look, this is part of the continuous efforts at giving us good governance. Will that sit well with you, for those who say that?
Well, this is a normal exhortation. The leadership will always want to beat the followership to line under normal circumstance. But this is a very abnormal circumstance. It appears a good or right exhortation at a bad time, or a wrong time, if you like. When you talk about change begins with me, you are talking about behavior modification in scientific terms. I don't see any scientific basis for that exhortation for now. I think it's just a campaign at best that will like copy and paste. You know, what the people who do computer or something will say, copy that paragraph, paste it. Maybe the person who initiated that paragraph had done with that document. So what you find that is the problem is you are dealing with a set of people who have some expectations based on promises that had been made. Not them asking you. You said you will be able to do this if you do this for me. Okay? And you have obtained benefits from that promise and the fact that they delivered on their own. So even this government is fighting fraud and 419 and all that. That is the basis of 419. To obtain benefit by fraud.
In other words, you're saying there's no point of them telling us to change our ways.
There is a point, but not now. What? Deliver your own. I like the word change starts from the president. Many people have said that this president has not looked at the geography of this country.
Well, when it says change begins with me means him.
Yes, we want him. We want him and his cabinet. Wow. First, he will do a lot of things that Nigerians have complained about that have not been done. Let us consider that perhaps the circumstance of his coming in may have impaired certain actions. But now he knows that some of them, you can't be scratching people where it is not itching. You understand? So they will never be grateful to you. If you are scratching me where it does not itch, I can't say thank you. Sometimes it might become irritating. 2, he will look at his cabinet, because many of them are not performing. Some of them were just political putatives. It was just the circumstance of the time. It took him 6 months, remember, or more than that, or thereabout, to put these people together. A lot of speculations in the media have been that the president didn't know so many people, being a former military leader and all that. Now, he ought to have met a number of people. And he should have been able to reassess the cabinet now. A cabinet reshuffle is long overdue. So that change too should come to the cabinet.
So how will that inject?
A lot. If you don't choose your team right, forget about winning the match. There's a match now between Nigeria and recession.
But the team is going to carry out the coach's instructions.
Well, if you have a very good team, sometimes they will be able to oil over the coach's certain,
Then they will not be playing to instructions and they could lose the game.
No, not necessarily. The coach might say, tackle A, then they will not only tackle A, they will go for A, B, C, because the coach didn't say, don't tackle B, C. But in their own wisdom and experience, they know that if you tackle A, you will not be able to score. So you go for BC. I don't know whether just like even in the movie industry, there are certain actors and actresses that are sought after. Because if you give them a script, they know how to add the salt and pepper to embellish the story and bring it forth in such a manner that the movie will sell. So that is what we want.
Now, with this change mantra, if we internalize it, what do we stand to lose?
I said this is in the realm of behavior modification. I have a strong psychological background. And we know very well that, yes, we know that in propaganda, when you repeat even a lie for too many times, it will begin to, sound as if it is true. But there are certain caveats. It's just not a truism, simplicity. When you would want to talk about change, what is change in any way? Define what is change.
But this one is defined, isn't it?
No, it's not yet clearly defined. Because
constitutional modification, how have we changed our ways?
From where?
As the president.
From what to what? Where are we now, and where do we want to go to? Because when you're talking about change of behavior, that means perhaps the present behavior is not good, it's not desirable. So you need to unfreeze.
Or you could improve.
You need to unfreeze this behavior that seems to have stuck. Then you feed in the kind of behavior you want, and then you consolidate. That becomes the new behavior. So where are we now, and what are the planks of the new direction? The former administration talked about transformation. I don't know how long it takes to transform, but in English words, it now, instant. But after some years, I don't know whether Nigerians have been transformed. Transformation is supposed to be a positive word. It's not to say you have been transformed to something bad. The impression is that when you are transforming something, it is for good. Now, change can be for good or bad. It's a neutral concept. But it's for you who is deploying that concept to know which direction you want it to go. And if it is not rooted in science, I have always talked about this, that governance must be scientifically evaluated, based, and could be evaluated scientifically. Okay. It must have scientific content, some scientific theoretical basis before you now say, this thing you are doing, this is the direction, then it is driven consistently within that logic.
Let me bring Mark in on this. She's got a question. Mark,